Tim from Pool Builders Pool Shop, and today we are here at Carina looking at an Environ pool, and I just want to run you guys through on a couple of things with the Astral E-Series equipment. Okay, some little maintenance hits and tips that we give you guys. So what we have here is a basic E-Series setup from Astral Pools, which has your E230 Astral pump, your ECA 650 sand filter, and your E25 Astral chlorinator. Okay, so first thing I always do is I start off by turning the chlorinator to the off position. That way, if we open anything up, we're not going to have a nice water feature. Okay. First thing I always start with is on the E230 pump, you have a basket just in the front end here. Okay. So these are a screw top lid. So lefty loosey, unscrews, lifts off, out comes the basket. Okay, a little bit of debris here and there. Okay, we just give that a bit of a clean, a bit of a washout. Okay, when the basket goes back in, you've got your little alignment piece here with your mouth to the front. So we just put that in, lid goes on clockwise, and a little bit of a crank. Okay, that's it for the pool pump. It's just keeping an eye on that front basket, make sure there's no debris. Okay. Next thing I always do is a backwash on the sand filter here. Okay, so what we've got is some standard options. We have our filtering selection, which keeps the pool nice and clear. That's what it's on from day to day. Okay, now the process I'm going to do to clean this is called a backwash. All right, so having the pump off, fantastic, because we need that off to move this handle. Okay, handle goes down, goes right round to backwash, big 180. Then the next thing we do is we turn on our pump to manually running, which will get the pump going. Now that pump will pull, prime, and alleviate any air that's in there. And what we're looking for is on this spyglass here, you'll see water coming out. So we've got water coming into the pump from the pool, going through the filter in reverse, and coming out to our store pipe. Now what we want to see here is the contents of this will go a bit dirty, a bit brown, a bit hazy. We basically just want to run it until it goes nice and clear. Okay, so that'll start to kick off in a second. There we go. So what we have now is water coming through. So this one's probably not too bad because of the rain the other day. The owner might have gave it a backwash on the weekend. Alright, so we've ran that long enough now that it's nice and clear. So the next step is to turn the system off. Okay, have to turn it off to move this handle. What we do now is we push our handle down and we go to rinse. Now rinse is pretty crucial to do after backwash, because if we don't do that, we'll have some debris in the standpipe and we'll get some cloudiness back into the pool. But same thing, turn it back on to manual and run it till the glass goes clear. So most times it's anywhere from about 10 to 30 seconds. And this one's all nice and clear. Okay, so what we do now is we flick it off, back to filter, and that's all nice and clean for us. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you guys is programming the chlorinator. Okay, so a couple of things here with this one. This is a very simple design, easy to use. So whenever you're going to touch anything, we always just flick it to the off position. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is hit our menu button here, which gives us our clock. So we go enter, times 9:18 AM. Now you can program this by pressing enter and using the up and down arrow to change your hours and also your minutes. Don't also forget your AM PM as well, because otherwise we'll be turning on the wrong time. Next part is menu. We've got our timers. Now this is only a small little pool, only about 25,000 litres. So, and it's also on tariff, which these are designed for. So we've got this one starting at 2 AM. You can change your timers by going up and down in 15-minute increments. Okay. So timer 1 starts 2 AM, enter, stops at 5 AM. Timer 2 we've got going at 8 PM. Again, you can change your hours and minutes, and stops at 11 PM. We press enter, that'll take us back to our home screen. So what we've done there is we've programmed the clock as well as the timers for it to run. Next thing this thing does is on the screen you'll see it comes up with the letter P and a number. So it'll flick over in 2 seconds. So we've got P1. Now 1 is the chlorine production. Alright, so any time on the home screen we can change this number to a 0, which means no chlorine generation at all, and then we can turn it all the way up as high as 8, which is the maximum amount that this thing can produce. So during summer this pool generally hovers around the 6 mark. Through winter it hovers down around the 1 or 2. So we'll just put that back down to 1. That's on auto. Our filter's nice and backwashed, and our pump basket's nice and clean. And that's the basic maintenance tips for the Astral E-Series.